friends! It's another Wiki Wednesday here in Pupper Pi land, and in honor of my learning how to swim, we will be talking about animals that live in the water, or as I like to think of it, animals that swim better than Pupper Pi. Since Mommy called me a swimmy seal dog last week, I thought I'd like to learn about seals. Did you know they are called pinnipeds? I didn't. Daddy says seals and dogs are related, but I'm not so sure. Let's learn some more. Find the link for Kittle, the kids' encyclopedia, below. Pinniped, or seal, facts for kids. Pinnipeds are the seals and their relatives, a group of semi-aquatic marine mammals. The Pinnipedia is the order Carnivora. There are 3 seal families: Odobenidae, or walruses, Otaridae, eared seals, including sea lions and fur seals, and Phocidae, true seals. Seals are sleek-bodied and barrel-shaped. Their bodies are well adapted to the aquatic habitat where they spend most of their lives. Pinnipeds have flippers for hands, big, bulky bodies, doggish faces, and big eyes. Unlike cetaceans, I asked my daddy, those are whales. Pinnipeds have their noses on their faces, and each nostril of the nose closes when the pinniped goes underwater. Like cetaceans, pinnipeds have a thick layer of blubber, or fat, just under their skin. This blubber keeps them warm in cold waters and keeps them fed during times when food is not easily found. I don't have any blubber, so I got so cold playing outside this winter in the snow. When they cannot find food, they live off the fat in the blubber. Pinnipeds are carnivorous. This means they eat only meat, such as fish or squid, and not plants. Lucky sea puppies, I love when Mommy and Daddy give me meat. However, almost all pinnipeds can be eaten by sharks or orca whales. Seals are often trained in zoos or aquariums to put on shows. However, in Sweden, it is illegal to train a seal to balance a ball on its nose. It's more fun to play fetch anyway. Sleep. Pinnipeds sleep in the water. They may also sleep on land. In both environments, there is danger. At least in the northern hemisphere, there is danger from polar bears on land, and in the water there is danger from sharks. While sleeping in the water, the animals go through different stages of sleep. They do some behaviors during sleep. They come to the surface occasionally to breathe, and they now and then open an eye for a period of time. The details vary in different species or groups. Similar adaptations can be found in cetaceans like dolphins. Locomotion. Unlike other marine mammals, pinnipeds have 2 pairs of flippers on both the front and back, the fore flippers and the hind flippers. The elbows and ankles are enclosed within the body. Pinnipeds tend to be slower swimmers than cetaceans, typically cruising at 5.8 to 17.3 miles per hour, compared to around 23 miles per hour for several species of dolphin. However, pinnipeds have better agility and flexibility. Eared seals, like the California sea lion, are capable of bending their necks backwards far enough to reach their hind flippers and can make dorsal turns, kind of like I can catch my tail. Pinnipeds have several adaptations for reducing drag. In addition to their streamlined bodies, they have smooth networks of muscle bundles in their skin that may increase laminar flow and make it easier for them to slip through the water. Their fur can also lay flat as they swim. My fur gets all tangled when I swim. When swimming, eared seals rely on their foreflippers for locomotion in a manner similar to penguins and sea turtles. Foreflipper movement is not continuous, and the animal glides between each stroke. Compared to territorial carnivorans, the forelimbs of eared seals are reduced in length. This gives the locomotor muscles at the shoulder and elbow joints greater mechanical advantage. The hind flippers of eared seals serve as stabilizers. Earless seals and walruses swim by moving their hind flippers and lower body from side to side. Their fore flippers are mainly used for steering. California sea lions and harbor seals occasionally leap out of the water. This may allow them to travel faster. In addition, sea lions are known to ride the waves, which probably helps them decrease their energy usage. Riding waves sounds fun, except I'm scared of waves. Pinnipeds can move around on land, though not as well as terrestrial animals. Eared seals and walruses are capable of turning their hind flippers forward and under their bodies so they can walk on all fours. The fore flippers move in a transverse rather than a sagittal fashion. That means they move their feet back and forth sideways. Eared seals rely on the movements of their heads and necks more than their hind flippers during terrestrial locomotion. By swinging their heads and necks, eared seals create momentum while they are moving. Sea lions have been recorded climbing up flights of stairs. Earless seals are less agile on land. They cannot pull their hind flippers forward and move on land by lunging, bouncing, and wiggling while their fore flippers keep them balanced. Some species use their fore flippers to pull themselves forward. Terrestrial locomotion is easier for earless seals on ice as they can sled along. That sounds fun! Senses. The eyes of pinnipeds are relatively large for their size and are positioned near the front of the head. One exception is the walrus, whose smaller eyes are located on the sides of its head. This is because it feeds on immobile bottom-dwelling mollusks and hence does not need acute vision. A pinniped's eye is adapted for seeing both underwater and in air. The well-developed dilator muscle gives the animals a great range in pupil dilation. When contracted, the pupil of a pinniped is typically pear-shaped, although the bearded seals is more diagonal. In species like harbor seals and California sea lions, which live in shallow water, dilation varies little, while the deep-sea diving elephant seals have much greater variation. Daddy says dilation is what helps animals and people see in different amounts of light. On land, pinnipeds are nearsighted in dim light. This is reduced in bright light as the retracted pupil reduces the lens and cornea's ability to bend light. Pinnipeds also have a well-developed tapetum lucidum that helps them see in darkness, like my neighbors, the raccoons, from a few weeks back. Ice-living seals, like the harp seal, have corneas that can tolerate high levels of ultraviolet radiation typical of bright, snowy environments. As such, they do not suffer snow blindness. Pinnipeds often appear to have limited color vision. Pinnipeds release large amounts of mucus to protect their eyes. Ew. The pinniped ear is well adapted for hearing underwater, where they can hear frequencies at up to 70,000 hertz. In air, hearing is somewhat reduced in pinnipeds than in many terrestrial mammals. While they are capable of hearing as many sound frequencies as humans, their hearing sensitivity is overall weaker. One study of 3 pinniped species, the harbor seal, California sea lion, and northern elephant, found that the sea lion was best adapted for airborne hearing, the harbor seal was equally capable of hearing in air and water, and the elephant seal was better adapted for underwater hearing. Pinnipeds have a fairly good sense of smell on land. However, it is useless underwater as their nostrils are closed. Pinnipeds have well-developed tassel senses. Their vibrissae have 10 times the innervation of terrestrial mammals, allowing them to effectively detect vibrations in the water. This is useful when the animals are foraging and may add to or replace vision, particularly in darkness. Walruses have the most vibrissae, at 600 to 700 individual hairs. Hey, I remember, those are whiskers. These are important for detecting their prey on the muddy sea floor. Unlike terrestrial mammals such as rodents, pinnipeds do not move their whiskers when examining an object, but extend their movable whiskers and keep them in the same position. In addition to foraging, vibrissae may also play a role in navigation. Spotted seals appeal to use them to detect ice holes. Diving. Some pinnipeds can hold their breath for nearly 2 hours underwater by conserving oxygen. During long-duration dives, the heart rate can be reduced about 1/10 of its normal rate. The arteries vasoconstrict and the sense organs and nervous system are the only organs to receive normal blood flow. They are able to resist more pain and fatigue caused by lactic acid accumulation than other mammals. That's what makes my muscles sore and tired when I play too long. However, once they return to the surface, they need time to recover and normalize their body chemistry. Sleep. Pinnipeds spend many months at a time at sea, and so they must sleep in the water. Scientists have recorded them sleeping for minutes at a time while slowly drifting downward belly up. Like other marine mammals, pinnipeds sleep with half of their brain awake, so they are able to detect and escape from predators. When pinnipeds are asleep on land, both sides of their brain go into sleep mode. Diet. Pinnipeds are carnivorous, eating fish, shellfish, squid, penguins, and other marine creatures. Most are generalist feeders, but some specialize. Some seals eat warm-blooded prey, including other seals. The leopard seal, which is probably the most carnivorous and predatory pinniped, eats penguins as well as crab-eater and Ross seals. The South American sea lion also eats penguins, flying seabirds, and young South American fur seals. Stellar sea lions eat northern fur seal pups, common seal pups, and birds. I eat birds too. One more thing that my daddy taught me. People say that seals bark, but only sea lions do that. But I can bark louder. I think I might want to be friends with a seal if I ever met one. They seem fun. Thanks for visiting me today. I enjoy learning things with all of you. Stay tuned next week to learn more about animals that swim better than me, and join me on Friday for the next chapter of our story, A Dog's Tale, on Fiction Friday. Bye!